What is going on, guys? It is your host Duke, and today we are looking at sneak peek number 3 for the June 2018 update. If you have not seen sneak peeks number 1 and 2, they are basically focused primarily on the physical Town Hall 12 structure itself, how it is weaponized, and how it is going from a 1-star Town Hall to a 5-star Town Hall with 5 separate upgrades where you can strengthen that Tesla that is inside that weaponized Town Hall. Now today what we're going to be looking at are the balance changes. We're going to be touching upon all the different balance changes that are going to be brought to you in this update. There are so many pages upon pages of balance changes, so they're going to be awesome. One of the big things which we will touch on in just a minute, make sure you stay tuned, is what is going to happen and the effect on engineered bases, engineer clans. So many people have been screaming about going up against engineer clans for so long now. Could this update be the end of the engineer clan as we know it? But stay tuned, we shall see. We will touch on that in just a second. So the first balancing changes we're going to talk about have to do with the economy. First thing we're going to see are the wall rings. The wall rings will be cheaper to buy, and the numbers required to upgrade have been lowered. Now, personally myself, I've never purchased a wall ring. I still have many more to do at the Town Hall 11 level, but I really have not touched on them, maybe because they were so expensive. And to me, it seemed like a waste of resources. Now, the trader, of course, he will offer more wall rings to us. That is exactly what we need, more wall rings. So the storages, if you may have noticed in the first 2 sneak peeks throughout other YouTube channels, they have increased. Golden elixir storages are going to be increased to 12 million each. Dark elixir storage have been increased to 240,000. So we'll see where we're going to go with that. Now, walls themselves, level 1 through 12, will have a price reduction. So right now, if you are watching this video, do not upgrade any more walls. There are going to be a price reduction going into effect once the update drops. So don't spend your money on the walls right now. That is just a Clashing Duke tidbit. Also, treasury, it has been increased, so you'll be able to hold more loot in your treasury. Star bonus has been increased at every single level, especially once you get up into that Legends League. It is whopping, so make sure you stay tuned for that. That also could come into play with the clouds issue. A lot of people have been complaining about clouds for so long now up at the higher levels. Maybe having that extreme high-level star bonus with just an increase in amazing amount of reward to you. Maybe more people are going to be heading up that way, which will in turn create more bases to hit. So that could be one of the efforts that they're going to be making towards the clouds. Now, also, war loot has been increased across the board. Whether you win, whether you draw, or whether you lose, you are going to be rewarded with more loot. So that is an amazing thing because there are going to be so many upgrades going into effect. Now, the next thing we're going to touch on are spells. A couple of the different spells here are going to have some changes. Now, lightning spell, the damage has been increased, and it has been increased substantial. So the numbers are still being tweaked and worked on right now over in Finland. So stay tuned for the final release notes. But lightning spell, it looks like it will be coming back with full force. Freeze spell. Freeze spell has been changed from a housing space of 2 reduced down to 1. The training cost and the time has been cut in half by 50%. But on the flip side of that, the freeze spell duration has been reduced. So make sure you check that out once the update hits. Freeze spell may be coming back into effect. With the January 2018 update, we saw that change because the Infernos had the nerf to them. So free spells really have been a thing of the past, but they may come back, which is another thing we will touch on in just a minute. So clone spell is the next one. Housing space has been reduced from 4 down to 3, so a little bit of a change there. And also training cost and time has been reduced. So it looks like they're trying to make the clone spell somewhat relevant. It's been pretty much fallen off by the wayside. No one really uses that anymore. Next thing we're going to talk about is the big one, defenses. The first point of the defenses, what we're going to talk about is the Town Hall upgrading. Now listen to this. All available buildings must be placed before you are able to upgrade to the next town hall. So that means no more 0.5s going out there. And now what I'm saying is, if you are a town hall 9 and you do not have expos, you cannot upgrade to town hall 10. If you are a town hall 10, you do not have your inferno towers, you cannot upgrade to town hall 11. Every available building which is out there, which is going to be in your shop, must be placed and must be completed before you can upgrade your town hall. There will be a block on your upgrading button and you cannot do it. So that is a big time change, something that we have never seen before in Clash of Clans. So we're going to see how that is rolled out, how it takes into effect with some of these engineer clans. So this could be the demise of an engineer clan. So we could still have an engineer base which might have level 1 infernos at town hall 11, town hall 12, all level 1 defenses, but it's still going to have infernos. It's still going to need an eagle artillery to go from town hall 11 up to town hall 12. So this is a big deal. This is probably the biggest change as far as the quality of life goes to this update. It is massive, so it's going to be really interesting to see how it plays out. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this. Is this the death of engineering? So it's pretty cool. It's a big step in the right direction if you ask me. So like I said, drop a comment down below, any questions, concerns, or what you guys think of that. So next thing also with the defenses, archer towers level 12 through 14, you're going to see increased damage. Inferno tower single and multi damage has been increased some, so maybe not a complete buff back to where it was, but they will not be as weak as they were. Level 4 and 5 have increased damage, so higher up you got to watch. Now with these hogs and with your queen walks, it is going to change, and we shall see exactly how that happens. Bomb towers level 5 through 7, increased damage. Eagle artillery, they have removed the 3-time damage to golems, so that should be an interesting one right there. So keep an eye on your rocky counterparts as they stroll through the bases and are getting targeted by that eagle artillery. No more 3 times damage, so that should be really cool, pretty interesting if you ask me. Now the troop balancing changes. These are some other big ones. The healers level 4 and 5, their healing has been reduced. So this could affect queen walks as we know it here, so you gotta watch. So inferno towers having a buff, healers having a bit of a nerf at a level 4 and 5. So that could be a big deal, something to watch, something to keep in mind. Miners, movement speed has been increased, and the surface to submerge time has been cut in half by 50. So they're going to be faster getting through the base, and they are also going to dip. They're going to be bobbing up and down much faster. So we could see the returns of miners in war. That would be pretty cool. So that's another thing to watch. Giants, level 7 and 8. HP has been increased. So an increase in hit points. These things could be strong. Could we see some HB come back into play? But here we have bowlers, level 1 through 3. Damage being reduced, so a good whole handful of things here going. Might we see the meta switch a little bit? Who knows, we could. P.E.K.K.A now is going to have an increase in hit points from level 5 and 6, so it's going to be a stronger, beefed up P.E.K.K.A. Training cost has also been decreased, so it's going to be much cheaper. It looks like they're really trying to push the P.E.K.K.A to be relevant in the game as it used to be way back in the day. Dragons have also been a thing that kind of fell off the map a little bit outside of some dragloons, but level 5 and 6 HP has been increased, so keep an eye on that. And also the training cost has been decreased, so we might be seeing some more dragons in farming and hopefully some more dragons in the war scene, which we shall see. I know in watching one of Beaker's videos on this on the update on the Town Hall 12 being weaponized, it looks like the dragons did a pretty good job handling that Giga Tesla, so keep a watch on that. Now witches, couple different things here. Now you got to pay close attention. Witch level 1 through 3, HP increased. Level 1 through 3, damage per second also increased. So right there you think it is a bit of a buff here. You're having an increase in HP and DPS, but levels 1 and 3, your skeleton spawns have been reduced, so they're not going to be spawning as many skeletons. So that is also something that you might want to watch. As soon as the final notes come out, keep a look on that and make sure you really check it out. We might see some bit of a changes Maybe not so much to the level 2 at the Town Hall 9 level, where Witch Slap is already increasingly strong. So some major things going on here. We got troop update issues going on. We have some defensive structures going on being bounced out, and we also have the big time Town Hall upgrade blocking going into effect with this update, which really could hinder engineering clans. So I'm really interested to see how the spin is going to be on that one. It's going to be pretty cool. There's so many things going on. Town Hall 12 coming out, Town Hall 12 weaponized, all these different balance changes, and we still have many more exciting sneak peeks going to be rolling out over the next week. This update is monstrous. It is huge. I know that the main village has needed something for a while, and Supercell has really paid off and gone in here and done a ton of different workings to the main village. Let me know what you guys think down below, and we will talk to you guys next time.